What's going on, guys? It's Steven again and welcome back to a Pokemon Go video. In today's video we're going to be having a look at my entire shiny collection. So let's get down to business because we've got a lot to discuss, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so the first shiny, my very first shiny, and how fitting is that? It's a shiny Pikachu. It's probably one of the first shinies that was ever available, and I managed to pick one up, as you can see, the 20th of January 2018. Guys, that is 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I mean, today of recording it is the 23rd, so it is over 2 years ago. I mean, it is incredible how long this journey has been going on, but shiny Pikachu was my very first shiny, and it was so fitting that it was a Pikachu, obviously. Into the next shiny, we've got our shiny Ampharos. As you can see, we make a big jump from the 20th of January to the 15th of April. I mean, that's 3 months later, and this is the first community day that I played, because Dratini and Bulbasaur, I believe, were the February and March community days, but I wasn't around for those community days. I had work, and community days weren't that big as they are right now. We had like a small advertisement in game, and nobody really knew exactly what that was. I didn't really read into it, but obviously I missed them, and that's the story about the first 2 months. Eventually, maybe we got those shinies. You'll find out if you keep watching this video, but shiny Ampharos was my second shiny. Then we move into the third shiny, which is Charmander and Charmeleon. I only caught 2. I believe I didn't catch them myself. A little story here. Again, I at work. I do usually work on Saturdays, so it's pretty difficult for me to be available every single month for community days. I try to do my best, but it's not always, I can't always play. So I had my girlfriend catch these shiny Charmander and Charmeleon, because Charmander and Charmeleon and Charizard are really awesome shinies, and it is ironic that I only have 2 and I didn't evolve one into Charizard, because Charizard is the best looking shinies of the entire line. The black Charizard, everybody likes that. We move into the fourth or fifth, no, we're not gonna count, we're just gonna keep on going. We move into the next shiny, and it doesn't even fit my screen, the big Wailord. This was only my second full odds shiny, or full odds, I'm not sure if it was during an event. Probably was during a promotional water type event. Maybe increased Wailmer shiny chances, I'm not too sure. It's been a while. It's still 2018, as you can see. Shiny Wailord. And then the next one, we make a jump into Dortmund. Wow, we're not even 10 shinies in and we're already passing 6 months. I mean, that is how rare a shiny was back in those days. I mean, nowadays you catch a shiny pretty much guaranteed, I would say, every month, because you have community day, and then try mix in a different one during an event. So this is 6 months on from the Pikachu, and this was actually in Dortmund. I caught my shiny Swablu, and it was a pretty decent IVs. This is just a random encounter in the wild, so pretty lucky with those IVs. And then we jump into the next shiny from Dortmund, and it is the shiny Larvitar. I was really happy with this one. Unfortunately, the IVs were not that amazing. I mean, they could have been a lot worse, because again, this was just a random encounter, but I did obviously not choose to evolve. And then the next day, because Dortmund was a weekend, then back this was the first year. Was this the first year, or did they organize one in 2017? I'm not too sure, but it was Saturday and Sunday, and I was there for the entire weekend, and I actually caught this shiny Roselia in the last hour of being in the park. Yeah, I mean, it was released worldwide, or was it just Europe? That shiny, I think it was just worldwide. They wouldn't put shiny Roselia only in Europe for the event. They would release it worldwide, and everybody pretty much had Roselia. There were people with 10 Roselias, 10 shiny Roselias, and I didn't catch one the entire weekend. I was getting kind of nervous because shiny Roselia, again, absolutely amazing shiny, and I didn't have one, so I eventually caught one in the last hour of being there. And then we jump into Squirtle Community Day, and I only have one because, again, I had to go in for work on that Saturday, and I work until 1, 15 minutes over 1, so there's not much time. Sometimes it's 1:30 before I actually get to my car, so that's only half an hour time left, and I do have to drive half an hour from work to get home. So if I don't want to be spending my time around the working area to find something, and it's not really a nice place to find shinies because I don't really know my way around the city there, and it's a really difficult city to navigate, so I try to avoid it as much as I can. So I eventually chose to hurry up and drive home so I could finish off the community day at my local park where I usually play the community days, and I eventually managed to snag at least one shiny Squirtle in the last 15 minutes of the community day. And then we've got a shiny Minun. Okay, not that amazing, but it's a shiny Minun to the collection. And then Zapdos, this was probably, this was during the summer of 2018. They did the Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres raid hours, or not really raid hours because it was a 3-hour window, but you could raid Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno not on the same day, but on different days. And this was the Zapdos day, and I managed to snag myself a shiny Zapdos. Then we move into the Eevees. As you can see, this one is traded, but this is traded with my other account. That will definitely be a theme throughout this video. Lots of traded shinies. I do want to stress that I always trade the same shiny for the same shiny. This was before Lucky Friends was a thing. It wasn't available, so trading was basically the only option you had of trying to get a bad shiny or bad IVs on a shiny and try and get good IVs or semi-decent good IVs on it. So you only had one shot at this. Random trade, hope for a lucky, and then hope for decent IVs. Unfortunately, for a lot of these shinies, that was not the case, and they just went just a slight bit up, or not good enough, or they even went down, or they didn't change at all. Stuff like that. But again, I do want to stress, I didn't, you could argue and say that I'm just making a video with a lot of shinies that I didn't even catch. But as you can see, this name will definitely pop up a lot because it is my second account. And if you like this video, I might consider making a follow-up video to this one on the other accounts, because I do play multiple accounts, and we could do a shiny video for that account. And if we do that video, you will probably see my name popping up on that list for a bunch of traded shinies. But moving along, we don't want to ramble on because we've got a lot of shinies to go through. Another Eevee, another traded Eevee from the list. This is the shiny Houndoom. I really don't want to see this. Again, this is traded with a good friend of mine, and we both had a shiny Houndour. Bad IVs. We just said, let's just try and get some decent IVs on this thing. Let's go for the trade. So we trade, and we get lucky, so we're both really happy with the lucky. Mine IV wise, not the best. Could have been worse. He was a lot worse, but it could have been a lot worse. But my friend managed to snag himself a lucky 100%. So that was a fair trade. Thanks, Niantic. Thanks for that. Moving on, we don't want to dwell too long on every shiny because there's pretty much a story behind every shiny. This is shiny Ho-Oh. Absolutely amazing shiny. Ho-Oh is so beautiful, so majestic. I think this was during a Lugia and Ho-Oh weekend. I'm not sure. I think it was, because I remember catching a Ho-Oh on the Sunday evening, which is the final day for the raid weekend, and it was pretty much the last raid we did that day. So Managed to snag myself a shiny Ho before quitting. Another shiny Eevee, and this is shiny Moltres. Again, the same story as with the Zapdos. The shinies were available for raiding, and I managed to snag myself one. This is a shiny Venusaur. As I already said or mentioned, I didn't catch a shiny Bulbasaur during the community day because I didn't play it. This is traded again. This is a different name, but it is my good friend, which I play pretty much every day with down at the park. We had a Bulbasaur nest in that time, and we managed to snag a few shiny Bulbasaurs between accounts. So we tried our luck and traded it, and it was a 80% when I got it. So definitely not a bad trade. Maxed attack, love the shiny, move on. Another shiny Eevee, again, as you can see, the 12th of August it was caught. This was during the Eevee Community Day weekend. It was Saturday and Sunday, so a lot of shiny Eevees were caught. We move on into Beldum Community Day with shiny Metagross. Absolutely amazing shiny. Definitely still need to lucky trade this one if I ever managed to think about it, because shiny Metagross with Meteor Mash, definitely the best steel type and a pretty good general attacker. Shiny Beldum, shiny Metagross again. This was already traded, so I already had my luck. Tried my luck there. Shiny Murkrow, again traded with that same guy that I traded the Houndour with. Again, try getting better IVs. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Then Dratini, as I already mentioned, with Bulbasaur as well. I didn't play the Dratini Community Day, but again, my good buddy here. This was the first shiny that I traded over or got traded over that I didn't have. So I really like Dratini and shiny Dragonair. I don't really like Dragonite that much, but we decided to trade because I didn't have it. I think I gave him a shiny Beldum for it back. So that was the first shiny I traded, and one of the few ones I did eventually trade that I didn't have. We move on to another raid Saturday because it was shiny Gengar's turn. Shiny Gengar, not that impressive. Shiny Ghastly is phenomenal though. Don't have that, unfortunately, don't have that. Still going for that. And then we move on to the Pinsurs. This was, I believe, a safari zone in Taiwan, I want to say, something along those lines. And Pinsir was everywhere. It was one of the featured Pokemon from the safari zone, and shiny Pinsir was absolutely everywhere. It was absolutely incredible. As you can see, we caught a fair few. Then we managed to catch a shiny Cubone and another shiny Cubone, and eventually I evolved this one into a Marowak. I remember this one as well because I caught my first shiny Cubone at McDonald's. And then Cyndaquil Community Day on the 10th of November 2018. So we're getting towards the end of the year. We did manage to catch a fair few of Cyndaquils. My second shiny Pikachu as well in that month, and I evolved it into a Raichu. My first shiny Lugia. This was caught, I think, again into another shiny Ho-Oh and Lugia weekend. The Ho-Oh was in the summer, and this is at the end of the year, so I believe this is as well a raid weekend for Ho-Oh and Lugia. We've got a fair few of those throughout the years. And then we move on to a absolutely amazing shiny Snorunt. This was during the holiday or winter event of 2018. This shiny is absolutely phenomenal, and you just don't want to evolve this thing. I mean, shiny Glalie is such a letdown. Shiny Frostlass is maybe a bit better, but not amazing. Imagine Glalie or Frostlass with this blue color on it. Why did they not go for that? I mean, shiny Delibird in the same winter event. Then my shiny Aggron 96. This was the first shiny I hatched. We're in over a year after our first shiny Pikachu, and we finally hatch ourselves our first shiny Aggron 96% IVs. So that's pretty nice. When you hatch Pokemon, of course they're gonna have better IVs. We move into the January 2019 Community Day, which was Totodile. Great special greenish, bluish color, absolutely fabulous color. And then we move on to the second shiny Lugia. This was a month or a bit more than a month on from the first one, and I believe this was a research breakthrough legendary. And if I'm not mistaken, that video is featured on my channel. So if you want to see the live version of this Lugia, definitely check out the channel because it is definitely down there somewhere. And then we move on to Shiny Groudon. Shiny Groudon was available in that period. And I did catch it on the same day I caught that Lugia. So that was a good day. And then, ooh, Rapidash. We move into a absolutely amazing shinies. One of the best shinies that I have available to my liking. Shiny Rapidash is so majestic. I caught this after work, I believe. When I was driving home, I still had to make a quick stop at a gym. And there was a shiny Ponyta. And it was a great moment, guys. It was a great evening. Moving on, though. Shiny Melton, it was available in those boxes around that time. I'm not sure if I caught it at the immediate time it was released, but Shiny Melton is here. Shiny Caterpie, absolutely great shiny. I thought I evolved this one, but apparently it's still a Caterpie. I will definitely evolve Shiny Caterpie at one stage. I'm probably gonna wait for another one because Shiny Caterpie is also pretty cool. Shiny Honchkrow, so we've got our first or second shiny Murkrow, and we evolved it into a Honchkrow. Honchkrow, absolutely fabulous shiny. That is a sentence I'm going to repeat a lot throughout these videos as well. Shiny Meditite, I traded this one with the second account. As I said before, I do tend to trade the same shiny for the same shiny. So Shiny Meditite for Shiny Meditite. We will probably see a Shiny Meditite in the next follow-up video if that ever gets released, and you will probably see my name of my account for a Shiny Meditite on that account. We move into the Community Day for Trico, which is in March of 2019. Shiny Sceptile, Shiny Trico. We only caught 3 Shiny Tricos during that event, and then the next week was a not really breakthrough, just research event with the shiny Lotad available. Again, I had to work because I think I played the Trico one, so the week after after Trico, I definitely had to go in for work because I definitely don't have 2 Saturdays in a row except when I'm off work on holidays. And I didn't do that many research, but I did manage to get a shiny Lotad in the few ones I did. And then we move into shiny Bagon. Wow, we did catch a fair few shiny Bagons. Shiny Salamence. Wow, we did catch a lot of shinies in that Community Day. And then we move into shiny Shuckle. Shiny Shuckle, nice looking shiny there. Shiny Latios was available in that month for rating, and I did manage to get it. 89 IVs, 89%. We move into shiny Torchic, the Torchic Community Day in May, so we're going really fast right now. A fair few of shiny Torchics, shiny Blaziken, and we move into the next shiny legendary that was available in June. That was Cresselia. Nice looking shiny, but you've got nothing with Cresselia. Shiny Sableye following up shiny Cresselia, and if I'm not mistaken, shiny Sableye is featured on this channel because I think it was a research Pokemon. It's got pretty decent IVs and it definitely falls in the category of a research Pokemon, so I definitely think it is a research Pokemon. It's definitely featured down below. Check out the channel, guys. Shiny Shelder, oh my god, guys, we caught so many Shelders, and pretty much everybody around had a shiny Shelder because Shelder is pretty common in the wild. Definitely at this stage there were fewer Pokemon released, so more options to be Shelder. Some water type events in there as well, and I finally managed to catch myself a shiny Shelder in June 2019. Cloyster is so amazing in terms of shiny. I don't know why I haven't evolved this one, but we definitely need to do that sometimes. We move into another shiny Lugia, which I traded with my buddy again. Again, this is Lugia for Lugia. This was a lucky trade, so Lucky Friends is available from this point, because I definitely traded this Lugia for a lucky, guaranteed lucky. And we move into shiny Swinub. I didn't catch a shiny Swinub in the community day because that was February in 2019, but I eventually 5 months on, I did catch a Swinub down at the park here, and I was pretty happy about it, obviously, because I didn't catch it during that community day event. I did catch shiny Swinub after work on a different account, and you will definitely see that if the follow-up video gets released. So if you want to see that follow-up video, definitely leave a comment down below, leave a like, and consider dropping a subscription, guys, so you don't miss a video on my channel. Moving on, shameless plug, we catch the shiny Horsey, which is absolutely, again, good shiny. Again, this was a event, I can't remember which event it was for. Was it Chicago 2019? It could be Chicago 2019. And we follow up with the shiny Rattata. Definitely a cool looking shiny. And we get the Alolan Geodude. To be honest, regular Geodude is a much cleaner shiny, but we caught the Alolan shiny, obviously. And then we've got the tree, which is out of the screen. Let's find it. Let's find the tree. I can't see the face. Where is it? It's shiny Alolan Exeggutor. Definitely a cool looking shiny, but where's his face? And we got another shiny Geodude. This might be the face of Exeggutor, we don't know. We caught ourselves a second shiny Alolan Geodude. We've got a shiny Glaceon, which I believe I want to say I caught this in Dortmund, or evolved it in Dortmund, but it was caught on the 1st of July in 2019. Did I catch a shiny Eevee? I'm not sure. I don't think that was in Dortmund then. I might have evolved it in Dortmund. I think I evolved it because there was a Glacial Lure on in Dortmund, and I never had one put on. I never put one on myself, so I never evolved it. We've got ourselves a shiny Raikou. Again, this is traded with my third account. This was a shiny Raikou for shiny Raikou. Obviously, this is the same team as with the birds. This is the shiny Raikou 3-hour window. Absolutely amazing shiny Raikou. We catch a Scyther, shiny Scyther, and this one was caught in Dortmund. So we are closing in on the date of today. We are 6 months away from today, and we caught ourselves shiny Scyther in Dortmund. Good shiny. We've got ourselves the next shiny for Dortmund. We've got a fair few coming up, so stay put. We've got shiny Magnemite, cool looking shiny. Again, in Dortmund, we caught ourselves our first shiny Dratini ourselves. I managed to find a shiny Dratini in Dortmund, and we evolved it into a Dragonite. And here's another shiny Dratini. Of course, when you trade a shiny, you end up getting it yourself. Obviously, I was aware of that when I was trading that shiny Dratini. This was like a year before this, obviously, so it was a while before. But eventually we do manage to find ourselves the shiny Dratini ourselves, and that is the reason why I don't tend to trade shinies I don't have with people. Even if they offer them, I'm like, I don't really need them. I will try to find them myself, and as this example shows, I did find it myself. We've got shiny Onix still in Dortmund. Absolutely great shiny, and we follow up with another shiny Dratini. We get loaded with these shiny Dratinis in Dortmund. And then the Aerodactyl in the stone or rock type area. Yeah, definitely. Good looking shiny Larvitar in that same area. Shiny Pineco, absolutely great shiny. Fortress looks a bit better though. We catch our second shiny Scyther as well. And another shiny Onix, which I evolved into a golden snake, into a big Caterpie named Steelix. Shiny Nidoran male. I believe this was the final one. No. Yeah, it was. This was not caught in dormant. This was my final shiny, and it was towards the end again. Like for the last 30 minutes, I did manage to find myself a shiny male Nidoran, which was definitely a shiny that I wanted because shiny Nidoking is absolutely phenomenal. And yet again, I haven't evolved it. We catch ourselves a shiny Slackoth. This was the day after dormant, apparently. We catch ourselves another shiny Nidoran male, and another shiny Slackoth was caught, and this is actually a 98%. This I didn't even power this thing up. I just caught a 900 plus CP Slackoth, and eventually I evolved it into this Slacking, which is 4040 CP without me putting any resources in there, so that's definitely nice. We got ourselves a shiny Apom here, and then the shiny Entei. This was again during those 3-hour raid windows. Shiny Entei was available. We catch ourselves another shiny Swinub and a repeat of Community Day, which is absolutely the worst when you get those. Shiny Torchic. We follow up with shiny Mudkip, which is the featured Community Day, and we go to see a lot of repeats there. Mudkip, Swampert, Mudkip, 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 Swampert, and we move on to the shiny Entei. Traded again, guaranteed lucky trade, obviously. 98% Entei, maxed it out not too long ago. But again, guaranteed lucky, shiny Entei for shiny Entei. We catch ourselves a new shiny Cyndaquil. I remember this one. Again, a repeat of Community Day. Shiny Nidoran, guys. What is up with these shiny Nidorans? To be honest, I'm gonna quickly, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to evolve this. Because shiny Nidoking and the shiny Nidoran male line is definitely one of my most favorite shiny lines, and it's a shame that I haven't evolved it. I mean, it's really a shame. So we're gonna evolve this one live on this video. Shiny Nidoking coming in. That is such an amazing shiny Nidoran, like this darkish color. It's almost blackish. It's not black, but it's dark blue, and I love it. The shiny Nidoking, sorry, is definitely not that dark. It's a bit brighter. It's a really awesome looking color, blue, and it's just an amazing shiny. And I really find it very strange that I never evolved this thing. I mean, look at this shiny, guys. This is absolutely amazing. Shiny life checks. No shiny. Maybe a shiny Shelter, so we can evolve into Cloyster. Nah. Not today, guys, not today. Okay, we don't have shinies, and we are going to move back into the shinies. We do have to look for where we were. Here's the shiny Nidoking, and we go into shiny Ralts. The Community Day shiny Ralts. We got a fair few. We got shiny Gardevoir with the Synchronize move, which was eventually not that great. Shiny Gallade, awesome shiny, another Ralts. We move into Ekans, and again, this is a case from myself where I'm like thinking to myself, why did I not evolve this into an Arbok? Because it's an absolutely amazing shiny Arbok. We move into another snake, and it's shiny Rayquaza, which was one of the most sought after shinies. Absolutely amazing, the black Rayquaza. The shiny Psyduck though, that's a cool looking shiny as well. We've got a shiny Meditite again, a new shiny Roselia, shiny Grimer, another shiny Rayquaza, a shiny Seal, which I managed to pick up in Germany as well. And it was a shiny that I was hunting on for a long time as well. Shiny Barboach in that same vacation as well. No, thought I caught it there. But another shiny Totodile. So quite a few repeats of the starter Pokemon. We've got a new shiny Raikou. This was not from the rate. Did they bring him back? I can't remember this one. Oh, 1800 CP. Is that from... That's not from a research box, I think. Not sure on that one what that one is, guys. The next one is Gligar. Cool looking shiny, and we definitely have a fair few Gligars on different accounts. So stay tuned. Shiny Clamperl, shiny Turtwig, which was the community day, obviously, for September 2019. We've got the shiny Torterra. Bit better than the Turtwig, if you ask me. We've caught a lot of them. And this, oh, I completely forgot I got this. We hatched this shiny Alolan Sandshrew, and it is just the cutest thing ever, dude. Look at that thing. That's such a clean shiny. We've got the shiny Mime. I caught that at my place, to be honest. We've got a nice cluster here, and I picked it up right here. Shiny Hariyama, again. We finally evolved one. I'm not sure if we saw shiny Makuhita up until now though, so I'm not sure why I evolved it. Shiny Trapinch. Was that a community day? It must have been the 12th of October. Why is this Mewtwo in here? Did I only pick up 2 shiny Trapinches? Why didn't I evolve one? We've got my shiny Lucky 98 Mewtwo, which again I maxed out, and I've got my extra charge move on there. Absolutely fabulous, this thing. Here's Flygon again. I traded it on that community day with my buddy, yeah. Okay, that makes sense now. Lucky trade, obviously. Shiny Flygon, pretty cool looking shiny. Shiny Giratina though, my goodness, that's a clean looking shiny. A third shiny Murkrow, in fact. Shiny Cofagrigus, that was a cool shiny as well, yeah. Not a lot of people got that. We've got the shiny Feebas. It took me quite a while to hatch this thing, but I managed to get one. I haven't evolved it. Shiny Milotic is definitely a lot cooler than shiny Feebas, obviously. Got the shiny Sneasel, and I got a fair few Sneasels as well. So shiny Poochyena, wow, I didn't even know I caught this on my account. That's a nice surprise. Shiny Magnemite, that's a repeat, but nonetheless. We've got a shiny Luxray here, Lucky, guaranteed Lucky, obviously. Not that amazing in terms of IVs, but a shiny Luxray looks pretty cool. Then we move into Chimchar Community Day in November 2019, so we're really approaching the current time. Shiny Infernape, shiny Chimchar, Infernape. We've got our lucky Metagross. I did manage to snag myself a new Bullet Punch shiny Metagross, lucky traded with a friend of mine. We've got another shiny Aron, and believe it or not, I hatched another one. So 2 shiny Arons hatched. I don't hatch that many shinies, and then I hatched twice an Aron. A shiny Alolan Rattata, we already saw the regular one. Minun, which was all the way at the start of my shiny collection, and I did catch one like a month ago. Shiny Poliwag, that's a cool looking shiny as well. And then we go into the Onyxes, and believe it or not guys, but this is not the same Onyx as this. No, we caught shiny Onyx the same day twice, and then another one 3 days in. And then we caught a shiny Slackoth, which was the community day weekend. No, it wasn't a weekend. No, it was just one. It was a weekend, but it was a different Pokemon featured. Shiny Slackoth, shiny Trapinch, shiny Trapinch, Trapinch, Trapinch. No, I don't want to evolve it. Shiny Mudkip, shiny Trapinch, shiny Sneasel. So a lot of repeats coming up here. Here's the shiny Makuhita. I probably caught this one and then evolved the other one that we already saw when I caught this one, because obviously you do not see what date you evolve a certain Pokemon. Another shiny Sneasel. Another shiny Sneasel. Another lucky Rayquaza. Unfortunately, not those great IVs we were looking for. Again, we do try to get the lucky friends as many times as possible, and then we try to get these lucrative shinies, but again, this wasn't the greatest of luck. Then we've got shiny Manectric. I was really hyped when I caught this one because it's definitely a more rare shiny and not a lot of people have it in my community day. And then we move on to the shiny Empoleon, which is absolutely a clean looking shiny. I definitely rate shiny Empoleon pretty highly with the shiny Piplup. And that is that. We've got shiny Piplup as our final shiny. Obviously, the community day is just paused, so we've got a lot of shinies here, a lot of great ones. We didn't have a shiny Sneasel evolve, so I'm gonna do this for this video as well. Shiny Weavile. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Sneasel Weavile shiny line because I just think the dark black one looks a lot better than just a regular one. Not a big fan of this yellow and purple-ish, or not purple, this pink-ish color. It is a cool looking Pokemon, but it's not that great of a shiny in my opinion. I prefer different colors. And that is that. 194 shinies were caught on my account to this day. And with that, we've got our entire shiny collection showed off to you guys. This has been quite the video, I believe. We're in 36 minutes, so I'm not gonna ramble on for too long because this is already a pretty long video. That was my shinies on my personal account. Do leave a comment on what shinies you do not have, or which ones you liked or you don't like. Definitely leave a comment, guys. You don't have to like or subscribe, just leave a comment so we can interact with each other. But if you do feel like liking or subscribing, definitely do so, because I try to make as much content as possible. We do a variety of things. Check out the channel down below if you are interested in all sorts of Pokemon content. And I will see you in another video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.